Peace and blessings there, everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake Woke Podcast. This is your boy BobbyVILN, and I am back with another video. I'm here to talk about Deion Sanders and the University of Colorado. They put on the show yesterday, man. They ended up squeezing out a victory against TCU. 45-42. TCU was ranked number 17 in the nation. I think they was runners up for the national title last year. I wasn't really paying attention to college football last year, but I just thought this was a good story to cover. As everybody know, if you follow football, if you follow the sports world, Deion was under scrutiny, especially from the black community, for his choice to leave Jackson State for the University of Colorado. If people aren't familiar, I think Deion coached Jackson State for I would say 3 seasons. He was actually underpaid as a coach. I think he only received about $10 million. He used his salary. He sacrificed his salary to help that program to actually, I should say, propel that program into national stardom. They was starting to get covered nationally after Deion became the head coach. So he sacrificed his salary, I think it was like $10 million or something like that, to get them the necessary equipment that they needed for weight training, for get them a nutrition coach, to get them a lot of things. He sacrificed a lot of things for that school. He even used his pool as a former Nike athlete to get them sponsored by Nike. So Deion did a lot for that school. And from his mouth, the school didn't care about those athletes that he ended up taking with him to Colorado. The school didn't care for the fact that didn't care for the sports program at all, really. They really just chalked it up to Deion and let Deion do what Deion do, and he ended up turning them into a competitor. Deion was fed up with the fact that he continued to go to the board and ask for these things, and they just neglected the students. So he chose to take a job at a University of Colorado. Colorado didn't even have the money to pay Deion. They gave him a $28 million contract or something like that, and they actually ended up raising $27 million just for his salary. And then they sold their tickets and then gave him the rest of his salary through the ticket sales, which I thought was actually pretty damn good. But it's kind of I'm gonna say it's not even a slippery slope. It's not even a controversial take. He did what he had to do. He took his students, he took them to Colorado, and he gave them a better chance of getting out and actually getting into the league. A lot of people felt like he was supposed to be the savior of HBCU football, but HBCU football didn't care to really compete. HBCU football didn't care for those athletes. And a matter of fact, Jackson State, right after that, was in hot water due to the fact that a lot of those if it's not classrooms, it's dorm rooms. A lot of those dorm rooms have mold in them, black mold. You know, and if you let people that don't pay attention to school funding and everything tell the story, they'll sit there and tell you, well, HBCUs are historically underfunded. Well, there's a particular political party that choose to use the color red that actually loves donating to HBCUs. I'm not sitting there telling you to vote for them, and I'm not sitting here trying to make this a political video, But you know, there's one party that loves to donate to HBCUs, are historically top donors. And there's another party that choose to cut their funding. But that's another video for a different time. But it seemed like Jackson State didn't care for Deion in that program, so that's why Deion left. And I feel like he made a great decision. He made the best decision for Travis Hunter, for his sons, and for a couple of other players that chose to tag along and go to Colorado with Deion. And I hope I wish him the most success. I hope he wins a national title. I hope he could really bring something to that school. A lot of people just gonna sit there and say, well, it's a school ran by whites and all this other shit. I don't care about that. He did the HBCU thing, and they chose to shit on him. Ed Reed did the same thing. I forgot what school he went there to be the head coach and was immediately let go. Didn't even get a chance to coach the squad. So it's like these NFL players that have the best intentions to go to these HBCUs and turn these programs around, they're not given the proper help that they need in order to really turn those programs around and actually make HBCUs a actual contender in NCAA football, Division 1, 2, or 3, whatever the case. But that's really all I got to say. I just wish, and I just hope Deion actually have success with this program. I feel like he's going to do great. I feel like he's going to make noise, a whole lot of noise. And he sat there and he said, I kept the receipts. I heard what y'all said. And I hope he proves the I was about to say something else. I hope he proves the doubters wrong. I hope he really showed the doubters that, like he could run a program. But besides that, make sure you like, subscribe, and share my content. I appreciate everybody that choose to support my content. And I appreciate the people that don't. Thank you again, man. I'm out.